I'm interviewing Coach Walcott from Empire Network. We thought we'd put together a few questions. The first one is, why should people have a home-based business?
Brilliant. Good question. I mean, the reason, Stephanie, why I think a home-based business is very important is because people want more choices in their life. Therefore, some people just want to keep their regular job and then supplement it with something else that lets them actually have more money. Other people want to actually replace their jobs. For example, I work with people that anything from architects to engineers to teachers to stay-at-home moms who actually want a complete change in lifestyle with an extra 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, sometimes 10 times that per month. So it's really about giving people choices to live the life that they want to. The second reason why I think having this business is important is because the economy is changing so much now. I mean, Robert Kiyosaki argument is book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he explains that pensions, really smart, maybe my parents and their generation, for most people now, pensions aren't reliable. Government is scaling them back, therefore people really need to have a plan B, and that's where Empire Network and my team come in.
Fantastic. What drew you to Empire Network?
Easy question. For years I've been searching for a long time for a way to help people. That's who I am. That's why I call myself Coach Walcott. Coach is not my first name, obviously, but it's what I'm passionate about. Whether I'm educating people at school, whether I'm coaching basketball, whether it's helping people how to market their business simply. What I'm passionate about, for years, I'd go to bed thinking about this and writing my business plan. At the core of it was not the money. It was not the money. It was a means of helping ordinary people, just like you, who are going to bed, families worrying about their financial futures, been able to help them, keeping it really simple, keeping it fun, and keeping it in a way that everybody can do. And God knows, I found it. And the testimonies of people every single day show I've got it.
Brilliant. And what are people's biggest fears?
Good question. Good question. I think the biggest fears of people is really, can I do it? I was listening to something that Will Smith was talking about online, his ultimate success quotes and motivations, and he was saying that people who succeed, they sort of have a, if you might call it, an unrealistic view of what is possible. And by that I mean most of us, and I've had to go through this as well, and it's not always easy, but it's worth it. We think about what we can achieve based on our environment, based on past things we've strive to achieve or not, and past failures, and we sort of limit ourselves accordingly. And one of the things which I think about Empower Network and my team, which I enjoy, is we're very big on part of the system which works is, first of all, showing people not just tactically how to market, email marketing, how to blog effectively, how to market yourself, how to position yourself in certain places on the internet in what's called an automated, that means very, very easy way. We do that, but also we expose people on a daily basis to ordinary people who are successful. And the biggest thing is that when you meet people, be it from stay-at-home moms to architects to teachers to high school dropouts, ordinary people, not your amazing billionaire entrepreneurs, when you see all these people doing it, I think you only need to meet about 3 or 4 people who you can relate to, and if they're doing it, something goes off in your subconscious and says, if they can do it, I can do it.
Absolutely. How quickly can people realistically expect results?
That's a good question. I get asked that question a lot. How quickly can you expect results? Well, I read something the other day of a 15-year-old who'd made, I think, 300,000 online. I know in London as well, because my audience is all over the world. A kid just down the road from here in Wimbledon, he'd sold an app for 40 million. Now, he was, I think, 16, 17. The question is, I'll give you just a few case examples, really, to sort of give you a broad guide. One woman who'd never, ever done this before, her name was Sue, her and her husband, had never done this sort of thing before. From working about 3 hours per day, 6 days a week, they were able to make over 2,000 within their first 5 weeks. And then a year from now, they're making about 11,000 a month in recurring income. Another chap named Lawrence Tam, now he's an exceptional example, he's actually on 6 figures per month in recurring income, but what we always have is income disclaimers. What we say is typically, we teach about 3 to 4 major marketing strategies. That includes a blogging system, paid advertising, free social media advertising, a number of ways. And what we say is, generally speaking, my target market is people who work during the day. Therefore, in the evening, the most they've got is anywhere from 1 hour to an hour and a half to 2 hours tops. And what we have in our program, the team which I'm part of, is a program within 6 to 9 months to get people to $2,000 a month in recurring income. What that means in recurring income, you put the work in for the 6 to 9 months, and then if you wanted to, you could stop, and it keeps on coming in, much like a pension, but only much better. So we have a time frame, but again, out of 6 to 9 months, but again, a person has to be willing to put the work in.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is the same for any job or anything in life, is it not? University, high school, anything.
Yes. And then you get the rewards.
Absolutely.
Yes. Why should they join your team?
Good. The reason why you should join my team is a link below to click on the website. You should click, and that is number one. I'm very systems driven, but also I'm very people driven and fun driven as well. And you know, people are turned on by different things. We aren't robots, and you know, there's one couple who they joined because what their passion is actually they want to have a business which is global. Money keeps coming in, and they want to actually work with children in, I think it's India. That's their passion. Why join my team? Number one, you want a system that works. That's the first thing. If you're going to click the link below, you want to know the system really works. The amount of people that we have who are hitting $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 a month in recurring income following our system shows it works. And these people, by the way, they are not technical. They're not amazing sort of internet whiz-kids. They're ordinary people. Some of them who can just about send an email. And you know, I'm not very techy myself, although I've got better at it. So this, number one, the system works. Number two, we keep it fun. The main thing is, this is really what's called attraction marketing. And for example, things like videos like this, what we do is show people how to be themselves, how to be relaxed. So, and we have a lot of socials as well, which actually shows that, you know, we build people's beliefs as well, that it can happen. So the system that works, we keep it fun. We also as well is a lot of personal development. So to succeed in any business, there are two things you've got to master: the tactical, which we do, you know, strategies of, you know, sort of blogging, you know, literally with our website, how to, you know, put your site in different places online, about people look at it, but also well, mindset as well. The mindset which says you can do what I call personal development. So there's a lot of that as well. Without that, you cannot succeed at anything. No matter how passionate you are, your passion will fizzle out unless you've got that sort of mental, internal robustness. So we focus on that as well. And I would say that, along with some of the biggest things, we have fun, we've got a system that absolutely works, and also as well, the personal development. The final thing I'll add as to why to join our team as well, which makes us distinct from everything else in line, is what we have as the team of mentors working with me are people who've actually built and launched a lot of online businesses. Some of them from the biggest site on the internet, getting a lot of traffic and you know, making millions. And it's important because things change very, very quickly on the internet in terms of the best way to get your proposition to the marketplace. And it's not sometimes that something is right or wrong, just that things change. For example, there are a number of systems we use, and to find out what they are, you're going to click the link below, but these are means of actually getting your, finding out where the latest groups are looking for your information. A way of, for example, when looking at posting your offers in different groups, rather than having to spend 4 hours, one app which lets you literally type out your email, your response, click and send, you can go out to 50, 80, 100. Now, simple things like that, rather than being able to spend 4 hours or 8 hours just doing it in 10 minutes. These systems we have in place, really, really simple, and some of them for as little as $12 a month, which is nothing. It lets you leverage your time, and again, in terms of why joining our team, what we are ahead of the game is the latest way to actually get your product or service. So whether you're network marketing, whether your home-based business is cooking, whether it's sailing, I can do to help with my cooking, whatever it is, what people want as well, and this is another fear, I should mention this earlier about why join our team, people want to know, in the amount of time I have, realistically, if I'm working, if I've come home, I've got my kids at home, realistically, not only would it work, not only can I afford it, with $25 a month, I think it's easily affordable, but also, realistically, in the time that I have in the evening, is it something I can do? If it's something which takes 4 or 5 hours in the evening, people won't do it because the average person just doesn't have it. So it's got to be something time-wise as well as the other things as well. And that's why joining our team.
Fantastic. Lastly, how can they get started?
Very, very simple. Where this site is, click on the link below. You can go to www.buyjoinit.com. joinorville.com. It's right on the line below, and you can click on that, and I look forward to working with you and just showing you how simple this is. Now, again, I say it's simple, but what you also see as well is that this is something anybody can do, and if that's the one remaining thing to get across to people is, if you're watching this, if you have a business online, if you're thinking of actually joining a home-based business, if you want to replace your job income, if you want to just add to it, the main thing is to know you can do this. You do not need to be a Richard Branson or a Alan Sugar. You do not need to be a Bill Gates. This is, I call this, one of my mottos is ordinary people creating extraordinary income and living an extraordinary lifestyle.
Thank you so much, Coach Walcott.
Welcome.